Welcome back. Space Between Us. It's your boy Z. Today we got our boy Luck, and we got the one, the only, Nelly Thompson.
Yo. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the show. Man.
So I'm gonna let you guys know exactly who Nelly Thompson is. So he is a fighter out of Puerto Vita. Pro record 4-1. He's an entrepreneur. We are, rocking the gear today, guys.
Yeah.
We gotta show love and support. So we'll let you guys know where you can actually purchase these hoodies and/or shirts from our guy Nelly today.
It'll be in the link
down in the description below.
Down in the description.
So Nelly, we're gonna kick it right into this interview. Let's talk about your commitment. Like you are a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
You just had your 5-year anniversary of walking into this sport of mixed martial arts. So talk about that commitment. Like, how has that journey been?
Oh man. So October 2nd was actually the 5-year window mark that I walked in. The first time I walked in the doors of Pura Vida, it was a joke actually. Somebody was like, "Dude, you got a nice body. You should go do that."
You was like flirting with you, kinda.
No, it was a guy named Joe Benson who introduced me to Jake, which I kind of knew Jake prior in the streets anyway, but just not know that he owned the gym. So I showed up, and must have showed up on a sparring day. They passing Vaseline around, and I'm like, oh, this shit about to go down. So they put me with one guy. I kind of just went with the flow. I knew enough, like, hit him, don't get hit, or try to hit him harder. So here we are 5 years later. Collectively, I went 8 wins, 1 loss as an amateur. I'm now 4-1 as a pro. So it's been a hell of a journey.
Dividing that up, how many years were you an amateur, and like how many years were you a pro? What made you what got you in the mindset like, okay, I'm ready for the pro level?
I got you. I went 2.5 years probably as amateur. I went 8 wins, 1 loss. I won a couple of the last 3 fights were really tough. They were all championship fights. And
for amateur?
Yeah, and I earned them. That very last one too. I probably was the toughest one. Shout out to Jordan McDonald. The coaches kind of made the decision about going pro. So
the coach approached you, like,
yeah,
he was like, okay, you ready?
Let's go get some money. Let's go make a name for ourselves. And one thing I learned about Jake Clip, he's never failed me. So he makes sure you on the right path. Clip knows.
So 2.5 amateur and then 2.5 pro then, since it's been 5 years.
Yeah, just about. Yeah.
The difference between your first amateur fight and your first pro fight, like the butterflies. What's the difference? How'd you go into that?
Well, the butterflies never go away.
Every fight they're there.
Oh my God, I go through. They get bigger. How about that?
Right.
They turn into they're not even butterflies anymore. They're like moths, and I'm terrified of moths.
All right.
Hey, fun fact: #scared them off.
No, man, the butterflies, like I said, they get bigger. Like now as a pro, as an amateur, I just feel like, some anxiousness, like I couldn't settle in. So excited, I'm excited, but I'm scared at the same time. Now as a pro, they come out a little different. Like I'll cry, I'll puke, I'll throw up all day.
Before the fight? Leading up to the fight.
All the way up until it's like, all right, I'm taped and I'm about to walk out. I go through all these and then, but when you get in there and the door closed, we are.
All right. Speaking of that door closing, describe your fighting style. Like, how would you describe yourself? Like, obviously, Puerto Vita is the mixed martial arts. We got kickboxing, jiu-jitsu. Mm-hmm. Like, what is your specific fighting style?
Oh man, I would say freestyle, but I think because I came in with 0 experience and no accolades to leech onto, I don't necessarily think I got any bad habits. So therefore, I'm very adaptable, and I think that's a very dangerous skill to have.
Okay.
I don't know if you're a striker or anything, or you love the ground game, but as a striker, would you call yourself aggressor, or you're like a counter striker?
I would say counter.
Counter striker?
Yeah.
You just Yeah.
All right, and with that counter striking, are you a slip throw or are you a pull throw?
Kind of both.
Okay,
Kinda both.
You mix them
Yeah.
in. Okay, giving people different looks. Because I would say we know in our gym, O'Day is a pull and throwing bombs back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to make sure we knew what that was looking like. So then, okay, what would you say that? What's the difference between you in the cage and then you out of the cage? Obviously, like you said, there was a lot of anxiousness. Is that still considered in real life? And then the whole process of you being in the cage versus being out. Like, what's that like?
I'm not sure if I understand you.
All right.
Like what am I doing
So
when I'm not fighting?
Better. I got it. I'll clarify it up.
Sure.
What are qualities that are similar in the cage that you keep in real life, and then what are qualities that are different in the cage that aren't you in real life?
I got you, bro. Well, mental toughness, man. You can't be afraid. You can't be afraid to fail.
Okay.
I learned that in college. You know, yeah. Keep trying, and just like you said a little bit earlier, it's not about being in competition with anyone. It's really being in competition with yourself, like being better than who you were the previous day you walked in. Attitude, like if your attitude is trash, like life is trash. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I think that just kind of goes off across the board, and then some stuff that's not needed in the cage. You mean?
Yeah.
That's an interesting question.
That's why I pulled it up.
It's a very interesting question.
We can pass it along.
Yeah.
You want to pass on?
Yeah,
You want to table it?
All right. Hey, we'll throw a pin in it. All right. So I guess we'll move on then. What is, I guess, someone who is actually pro now? Whose game do you study the most?
So that's another interesting thing because like I'm so brand new and stuff, and so I'm looking at everybody, right?
Okay.
And I've been told I'm a freak athlete, right? So like I can do certain things that I'm not supposed to because I'm like my size or whatever. These are not my words. That's what they saying. So I don't know, man. I'll try anything. If I see something that's interesting, I'll try that. Like that knockout. I'm definitely trying that.
Which knockout?
That spinning back kick. Or
Oh
whatever,
yeah.
Off a failed switch kick.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was sick.
That was real sick.
That was sick, dude.
That was creative.
Yeah. That's what I like about martial arts. It keeps you in shape, and and if you work it right, you be creative.
So do you like? I don't know how you guys do it at your gym. Do you guys like film while you guys spar, like so you can like watch clips or film, or you only watch film of your fights? Or do you even watch film at all? Like, are you a film studier?
Well, being honest, I'm not the greatest at it. I'm just now getting better at film study. So in the beginning, I wasn't because it would cause like anxiety. Then I'm like, oh my god. Then I find myself stalking the opponent or whatever, and then so I just stopped doing all that. We'll find out when you get there because a true fighter, right, is gonna be elusive, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can study all you want, but you might not get that in the fight,
Have you ever had a fight that you went in with the game plan? Because I know in fights, game plan switches, and like you just picked the perfect game plan that night. Have you ever had one of those fights?
Yes.
And was it like a blast that day, or like you was in a good mood? Like how was that?
Man, this is for LFA too. My second time on the show. It was live television. Oh my God, I was like, well, first off, I was like, don't fuck this up, right? It was an awesome fight, man. We was just pulling tools out of each other. Like it kept getting fancier and fancier as the fight went on. Like he was doing simple leg kicks, then he started doing calf kicks, and that's some new stuff. Okay, so I started kicking his body. Then he kicked me back, and then he threw a Superman punch that almost put me away. And I was like, okay, so we doing fly shit now. So I hit him with a spinning back elbow. You know how we drill that joint in wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got him with that, and got the finish. and broke my arm, but I didn't care. I got the finish.
You finished him or like?
Yeah, I finished him. I got a knockout.
Nice. And while breaking your arm at the same time.
Yeah.
Good thing you went down.
Yeah, the fight was already over, and I was just still hitting him, and I ended up breaking the arm. But
how does it feel like getting like a TKO and like you're just on the top of the dude just smashing? Like, how does it feel when a ref like? How do you?
Oh my God, man! So
do you like have to hold yourself back from hitting her because you're in an aggressive like state of mind right there?
Yeah, it's man, I've had 2 different experiences. I've had like, oh my God, is he ever gonna like stop this? Right? Like, this guy's not doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this ain't even right. Like, I hit him with like 3 elbows, and like, I watched his eyes roll back, and them referees will let you die.
Yeah.
If you let them, you know. So you got to be tough in this sport. And then I've had been on the other end of the spectrum where I felt like I couldn't stop.
You couldn't
to
stop.
answer your question. Yeah. It's like this zone you get into, and everything just like dials in. It either goes real, real fast, or it can go real, real slow. It seems like it's never gonna end.
I see.
So we call that a bullseye because like literally you're just zoned in. It's like, you know, you're chasing, and then when you're there, like you can't really stop. So I guess we'll move on. Let's talk about who's your favorite training partner. I mean, it's not me because I'm new. So like longevity wise, who's your favorite sparring partner?
Oh man. Got like 3 in rotation. We'll go with Jordan Clark, who just got his victory tonight. Shout out to Jordan Clark.
Yeah.
High level amateur, looking to go pro real soon. Be on the lookout for him. It's gonna be a real problem. Believe it or not, man, it's O'Day.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of been like O'Day for a while, for like the past like month, ever since that grappling tournament we did. Like we kind of like meshed well together. Like I've been calling him out too, especially every time I get a chance. So, you know, you want to get better. You know, you gotta. Sometimes you can't go with like somebody that may be a lower caliber. Sometimes you gotta get inside those rooms and get your ass kicked by these guys, because that's how you gotta learn.
Okay. So then when you think about iron sharpening iron, like when you think about a Montel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we're sparring with him, like what's your attitude towards that? Like being on outside of Montel?
Like just sparring him?
Yeah.
Oh shit, man. Stay cool. Montel's a guy that can feed off your anxiety. You know what I'm saying? If he smell blood in that water, he coming to get. So just stay cool. I've learned to like when going with him, and I feel like if you can survive around with Montel, you can survive around with anybody, because Montel is like, he's just that good. You know, he gonna test you in like every area. You know.
Have you ever been busted open in a fight?
Like super bloody, like
yeah,
or no, like, not yet,
or just like a little bit bloody.
No, not yet, man. I'm looking forward to those fights, man. You ever seen was it Kickboxer or Bloodsport? One of them John Claude Van Damme joints, but that's just scene. He goes like with the blood on it, and then he's just like, and just with the whooping that dude ass. I want to reenact that one day.
I just always wonder, like from a fighter's point of view, like have anybody you know been busted open? Like have they told you how it feels when it's like when they bust open? Like a lot of people say, oh, it just gives me a rush. Like it just takes me to the next level once I start bleeding.
I ain't heard nobody say nothing about that yet. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm looking forward to it though, man. I'm sure there's some type of it could be a detriment. It can break you. I don't know. Depends on where you're bleeding from too.
Okay. So I guess we're gonna move on to explain that, Graham. I love this segment.
Here we go.
Because I'm a cyber stalker. I'll claim it now. I like digging into people, especially when we bring them on for interviews.
He watched too much You.
I did watch a lot of You. Shout out to the next season coming, hopefully pretty soon. But yeah, so this explain that, Graham. I got 3 pictures for you.
Okay. I'm
gonna show them to you. You let me know what was going on, what was said.
Sure.
Or like what's happening.
All right.
All right. So I got my first one. This one. Explain that.
Okay.
What's this one about?
Acupuncture. Yeah, that was just a really bad haircut. It wasn't a really bad haircut. It was actually really awesome. It just
you don't like
my
the
hair
twist?
grew out.
You don't like the twisties? That's what it looks like to me.
No.
It was like a little like design.
It was a design.
I had, like,
Okay.
cut in there.
Okay. I see.
Well, I ain't got no hair, bro. Man, I'm bald as shit, bro. I'm like my hairline like right here. So sometimes I'll let it grow and just have somebody design it just for the sake of going to the barbershop.
That's nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So for this one,
designing for fights. Designing for fights. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for this one, the reason why I pulled it out is because I was like, I've gotten, dry needling before, but like, yo, these are in your ear, bro. Like,
oh yeah. It was one at the top of my head. I don't know, man. Shout out to Lauren at Live Oak Health. I'm sorry. That's
right.
That's the name of her place.
All right, next one. What we got for you?
I had a feeling you was gonna pick that one out. All right. Pilates. I think that was day 1 or day 2 of Pilates.
Okay.
Yeah. I shout out to Flying Squirrel Pilates.
Okay. So Pilates, how would you say like that's still in your regimen as far as training?
It's not so much now. I like working to get that back in because it was beneficial. Like my kicks were more sharper and I just felt this sense of flexibility that I didn't have. So and it's good for the body.
All right, and the last one.
Oh man.
What'd he say? What'd you say?
That is fight number. I believe that is my second amateur fight, and he usually says something profound to me before I walk up in there, like something to get me going. It's like just unleash the fury. I can't remember exactly what he said that day. And I got one of those pictures. I got that exact same picture like framed in at the crib.
Okay. All right, so that's what we're gonna close out. Explain that, Graham. More profound. I saw that you posted a nice little quote. It said, "Life is a fountain." What do you mean by that? I know you took it from someone, but like, what does that quote mean for you?
So I do a lot of like stoic meditations or whatever, and with that quote, what I interpreted as the universe is abundant, right? You know what I mean? Like, so I try not to worry about things like it's already there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Everything that I want, it's already there. Just through the power of creation. Like it's a fountain,
Okay.
So it keeps me centered and helps me not to become too attached to things.
All right.
Especially material possessions.
All right, so I want you to break down like training camp for me. Training camp for a fight,
Mm-hmm.
How long is normally a typical training camp, and like what's the first quarter of the training camp, and how do you cut the weight for like when do you cut the weight? When do you start cutting weight?
Sure, I got you.
All right, so first tell them like what you walk around at, then where you fight at.
Yeah.
So I walk around like when things is like tight. I walk around at about 185 pounds, maybe 182 if I'm really, really like feeling myself. Camp starts. Well, I'm in the gym every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
But camp really, really starts when
you
says,
put the pen on paper.
Yeah, when we sign something and we know it, we got a date. You want to have like 6 weeks out. It leaves you enough time to like get your body prepped. So I'm gonna break it down from a strength and conditioning phase. So like right now we're in this phase of, we're turning that building the V6, turning the V6 to a V8. So
Mm-hmm.
we're just beefing me up, and actually next week we're gonna start going into more fast twitch. Like, so I've been lifting a lot of heavy weights and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
now we're gonna go down to like fast twitch stuff, like
to get your speed up.
yeah. And then we spar maybe we spar once a week, maybe twice, depending on like certain group of guys. 2 or 3 training sessions a day. That can be I usually like to start the day with strength and conditioning, then 4:30 practice, MMA practice, then followed by kickboxing or jiu-jitsu. There's always like some type of striking or grappling each day.
So you do a striking and grappling each day, or do you like a grappling one day and striking the next day?
I try to do both each day.
Both each day.
Yeah. Try to do like a 4 consecutive day span, and then I'll rest for that Friday, and then we spar Saturday.
So there's one rest day.
Mm-hmm.
One rest day is that Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then So you walk around 182, 185, and you cut to what?
I'll diet my way to about 177, and then I'll go cut the rest in the sauna.
In the sauna?
Mm-hmm.
Day before?
So depending on the promotion or where we fighting at, some people got early weigh-ins, some people got same day weigh-ins. So I got to be prepared for that. So that's why another reason why I keep my nutrition in such a, because I don't like making big cuts. Like there's some guys that make like,
you never make it to 155?
They're trying to talk me into it because I sweat so good. I'm not interested in that shit. Fuck that.
I heard that's the money weight though.
Oh no, man. I did 165 once and it was all right.
Was it like when you cut to, because you say you fight at 170?
Mm-hmm.
When you cut to 165, was it like a power loss, speed loss? What did it feel like to you? Even though it's like, I know 5 pounds is 5 pounds, but that's a lot to a fighter.
I felt a cardio loss.
Cardio loss?
Yeah.
Really? With the weight loss?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like I felt tired, but I still somehow came out on top on that fight. So
the sauna though. So you're losing 7 pounds in the sauna.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta tell me how you do that.
What you wearing? Like,
yeah, how's that work?
Bundle up.
Just a hoodie.
A hoodie in the sauna?
Yeah, well, you know,
a dry sauna or what sauna?
Yeah.
Or dry sauna?
Yeah, I don't like those other ones because then you can't breathe. Yeah, so the process is water loading.
Mm-hmm.
So fight week, right? You want to drink 2 gallons of water a day, right? All the way up until that third day, which is that Wednesday, right? You're gonna switch over to baby formula. You staying with me?
Baby formula?
Yeah, the water.
Okay.
So it's got these minerals in it. It's gonna trick your body into thinking it's still getting its, its minerals when it's not, because you're depleting it and stuff. And no sodium.
No sodium.
No sodium on day 3 because because we're wringing out all the water.
Mm-hmm.
And then come cut day, you might drink something like this just to get the system going, just to pee a little bit. And then we head to the sauna about 6 a.m. And we go in and out until we get to that number.
Until they call you for weigh-ins?
No. You go cut that weight until you get that number. So you want to do 20 minutes in of sweating, right?
Mm-hmm.
30 minutes out, dry completely off, and then you go back in there until you get to that number. It's always the last 2 pounds that's really the most intense.
So if you were, let's say your fight's Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And most weigh-ins are Friday, the day before. Well, and let's say you hit your weight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you fluid back up, get your weight up, or you're fighting at 170?
That's a good question. So yeah, you're gonna rehydrate and put it all back on.
Put it all back on.
Honestly, I really don't know why they make us cut the weight, because they, we don't fight at that.
That's what I hear a lot. Like, yeah, you weigh in at that.
Some guys like try to get huge too. I don't like doing that. I keep it pretty simple, like with a Pedialyte and I like slowly build my way up into a heavier meal. Cause like you spend 2 weeks restricting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes me a little bit of time to come back to that. And my nerves be so rattled, like on fight day, like I won't eat anything, man. So
what's your favorite meal before fights? PB&J?
Before a fight?
Yeah.
Oh,
favorite
man.
meal? Okay, before fight and after fight.
That's a good question. Well, I'm usually got like some trail mix or stuff in the back in the locker room because, like, again, my nerves are all rattled. Like, I usually don't eat. Afterwards. Well, actually, I do got one. It's pasta.
Pasta?
Some whole grain
before
pasta.
Or after?
Yeah, just after the fact, like when my
After?
system's back and stuff. Like, that's my big go-to meal.
Homemade?
Sauce?
Yep.
What sauce?
Yep.
Red or-
Ragu.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then,
Actually, no, it's called Rouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you say it right then. You put a stamp on that name.
Yeah.
A little respect. So then when we talk about, what you can learn from a loss, right?
Mhm.
You lost your last fight back in February. What was the biggest thing you took from that?
The biggest thing?
Yeah.
I deserve to be in there. Like, I'm an animal, just like those guys, Like, I knew he was a step up in competition, and I was just I was really ready and able, you know. So I'm not so upset about the loss. Like, it happened, you know. And I've been back on the drawing board, figuring it out since then, and I'll be back better.
Do you want him again?
I'll see him again.
You'll see him again?
Yeah. Yeah, if he's got goals like I do to, like, you know, to get to the UFC and, like, be one of the top contenders of the world, like, of course, he's got to see me again. I'm pretty sure, like, all the guys that I beat up, if they got goals, you know, that, like, I got to see them again, you know.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, this shit is real. Like, you got to see me again, cuz.
All right. So now it's time for that rapid fire question. Right? So these rapid fires, we're going to just go ahead, get into them. We need one word answers. Cool?
All right.
All right. KO or submission?
KO.
We got tights or trunks?
Tights.
Khabib or Gaethje?
Khabib.
Armbar or Kimura?
Kimura.
Cardio or weights?
Cardio.
Nikki or Cardi?
Neither.
Ooh.
He a Megan guy.
He a Megan guy. Tupac or Biggie?
Biggie.
Biggest drink. Best drink.
I'm sorry?
What's your best drink?
Water.
Water. Keep it hydrated. Best place to eat in Milwaukee?
The crib.
The crib. Love it. Farthest you've traveled for a fight?
Ohio.
Okay. Cupping or dry needling?
Dry needling.
All right. Would you rather throw in a phone booth or take it to the ground game?
Throw in a phone booth.
All right. Our
John
man got
Jones or
hands.
the Style Bender? Because apparently they beefing right now.
They got some Twitter fingers.
Oh, man. Style Bender.
Style Bender? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because, why?
Oh, man. He's just a talented fighter. I'm just a fan.
Just a big fan?
Yeah, I'm just a fan of his work.
All right. And then one that we asked everybody. So do you grab that ass or do you slap that ass?
One palm and that shit.
All right. That a boy.
With the gloves on and gloves off.
Oh, no, man. No gloves at all.
All right. And so, we talked earlier about, hobbies and how, you broke your arm with the spinning back. So you picked up a hobby. It was freestyling.
Yeah. Journaling and writing and stuff. And then it's actually an interesting story how the rhyming came into play. So I got rid of my television about 2 years now.
To focus?
I just, yeah. I just wanted to do something different. I'm never home either, too, like between training and like, trying to get after this entrepreneur life, you ain't got no time for that, right?
Yep.
So I read a lot of books. Or 2019, I read over 23 books, right? So someone who I respect was like, your vocabulary is increased. And that meant a lot to me. So I was like, all right, all these words, what can you do with them? So I've been like trying to do stuff since then.
All right, so now is the time. This is the space. We are the space between us, and we are looking for bars.
Bars?
So, hey, we going to say it. Are you going to do a pull-up, a chin-up, or are you high jumping?
Oh, man.
It's your time. Let's see it.
I guess I'll high jump it, man. You only live once, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that good? Let me run at this. Okay. If I bomb, it's okay. I'm still liked by your mom. Look, in this life, the chances come with the risk, right? So I'm betting on me. I'm taking chances with my fists. Look, I used to fuck up. I fucked around and lucked up. I ain't even gonna front. I remember them nights when I was hopeless. I just kept my gears in drive and stayed focused. Now I'm on the scene. I'm feeling fly as a locust. And they all I heart Nelly. I'm a whole crush. Got a smile to make a girl blush.
Hey.
And I think she think that I'm sexy, and I ain't gold dust. I'm in my own lane. Haters can eat my road dust. There's no need to discuss. My team's ready and robust. It go SMPVD. That's the code of us. Pura Vida, BJJ. I know you heard of us. Walk inside a room full of killers and some murderers. If it's beef, we like meat. It's carnivorous. Look, I'm trying to rap just how I fight, right? Like, if it's a written, make your mind tap like a submission. Listen, this next one's pre-cooked, but it's still a good look. My left jab put a boy in rehab, and since then, I've been working on my hooks. Look, been grinding for years, homie. You don't know what it took. Who, me? I've been a G since I came off the nook. I think it's time to talk my shit. Start swearing. I'm kicking niggas out the circle. I'm straight squaring. That's all I got for you.
Yeah. Hey, listen. As somebody who is not a proclaimed rapper, we got bars. You feel me?
Oh man,
It was
thank
like
you.
it was very poetic. I like it. Your style's a very poetic type of style. I like it.
Oh man, I'll take that, man. That inspires me to keep doing it.
And so what we gonna say is that was a high jump. That's a high jump for me. What is that for me?
High jump.
High jump. All right. So my guy, way to smash it.
Oh man.
Way to smash it. The journey does not end here. TMC marathon continues.
That's right.
And we gonna run it. You got any final words? Any new projects? Any fights coming up?
Oh yeah, man. So let's talk about my brand here. So my brand is really Black Line Designs, but this is just like, you know, in partnership with you know, the fighter version of me. So I Heart Nelly. These are my hoodies, and I got these shirts. So I came up with the brand, right? So I like to think that I'm a pretty cool dude, and I don't got a lot of enemies, and like at least people tell me they like me, right? So I was like, how can I make some money off the way people feel about me? So I came up with the I Heart Nelly thing, and you know, the heart just represents, with the cage represents, you know, the cage fighter in me and stuff. And I got some people that's been rocking with me from day one, man. Like I got a girl. Actually, there's like 3 girls that's never missed a fight. Like they traveled and everything, and it's like, oh my god, man, like, this shit's getting serious. So it's all for the love of them, man. And yeah, as long as I'm fighting and breathing, man, I'm gonna keep it pushing.
All right.
And thank you for having me, guys. Thank you. I ain't never like you know, freestyle in front of nobody. I was nervous as fuck. You saw me shaking, bro. I was shaking like a bell. I was like, don't fuck this up.
Yeah, so again, like I told you, this is the space. We're glad to have you. You know, you moonwalked on the space and shit, so we'll take it. We are signing off. We are Team I Heart Nelly, and we signing.